Today's message has to do with faith and expectation, and in particular with the way that faith is necessary. Cultivating faith is a core part of how we move forward and how we resource ourselves to face the unknown with courage and love and optimism. Because of course the mind has a tendency to be fearful and controlling and negative and has a hard time believing in anything that it hasn't seen before. So this is where faith comes in as we forge into a future that is so unknown, whether individually or certainly collectively. That's where we are. So faith is incredibly important. And at the same time, expectation is a burden. So if you are moving forward with faith, faith gives you a lift. But if you're moving forward with an expectation, so in particular, I'm working with this knowing of having faith that we get to experience miracles. And my favorite definition of a miracle is that it's a perspective shift, a change in perspective. I believe that first comes from Marianne Williamson. And of course, we all have had those moments when a shift in perspective totally changes something that feels like a problem into no longer a problem, or opens the door where we previously thought there was a wall. And so having faith that we get to experience miracles and that miracles get to be part of our path individually and collectively. And that's part of how we get to where we're going on this path where we're like, I don't fucking know how I get to do this. So faith is essential. But expectation, on the other hand, is a burden, and it stops us from taking action. So the call in this moment is to recognize where you are moving from expectation, moving from the expectation that a miracle will occur or that some magical thing is going to happen. And I'm certainly speaking for myself here, but I know that I'm not alone in any of this. That like any time we're moving from or living inside the expectation that something is going to happen that opens the way for us, that expectation disconnects us from our power and responsibility. Where faith, because it has more mystery in it, we can have faith and still be grounded in I have faith, and also I am doing my part. I am also taking the actions that I see to take, that are mine to take. And that is the lift that faith offers us, as opposed to the false ground or the weight that expectation brings. So the question for you to consider and bring into your heart is, where are you operating with expectation when faith would serve you better? And how can you cultivate and nurture and build faith a little bit more every day so that you can have the lift and optimism that carries you through difficulty, that carries you through fear, and that empowers you and powers you in doing your part, in creating the life that you want to be living, and in contributing to the collective life that you most want to be part of. That is the message that's coming through me today. Love you, friends.